Hey y'all, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm doing some characters today. Say 32 pixels up above, but they're actually 16 by 16. I just had an urge to do 16 little guys on here instead, and I didn't think about the title of the image that I saved originally. So the character that I'm drawing today is pretty generic. I believe I draw a female character first, or at least female presenting. They really could be any gender you want, really. And then I'll be turning it into a more masculine presentation later. Typically with these things, I like to start with the head of the character because the sprite is so small that the face is probably the most important part. Although, you could also go for a faceless character too if you really wanted to, if you're more interested in outfit, or expression, or something like that. You can see that I started with this lighter purple. I do end up changing to the darker one later. Speaking of my color choices here, this is a palette made by a newbie arts called Asenses. I should have a link to it in the description if you would like to use it for one reason or another. I know that nobody technically owns colors except, like, I guess Pantone, whoever the hell they are. Big company. I do feel like it's the right thing to do to go ahead and credit a newbie for this because it's a really nice color set. So once I've got my, base body down and everything, I start working on the hair shape and all that, and then I'll be working on other small details like the face, which really, it doesn't take too much to get that done. But you can be a little picky about it just to make it a little more unique and stuff like that. Like, you can see that I'm trying different facial features just to see what I like for the character. By the way, if you're using the same program that I'm using, you can press Shift R to do that quick little color switching thing. It'll switch your foreground and background colors on the canvas, so it makes recoloring things a lot easier. I was just like mildly amused here that I made almost like a swimsuit looking thing there, and then I just moved on. I didn't mind the straight down look that I originally had for the dress, but I wanted that little bit of flair there just to make it look more interesting. This may be a personal preference here, but I don't know if you picked up on it, but the feets down there, I didn't fill in the very bottom part of them and left them kind of open, and it's because I put a dress on this character, but I want you to be able to see her feet. However, I don't end up coloring them purple because I want them to stand out. We can just imagine she's wearing sandals or something, right? So from here, I'm gonna mess with the shoulders a little bit and just, tweak a little bit of the details. And then we're gonna start doing a little bit of a turnaround. It's not a full turnaround that would look nice animated, but if you wanted a 4-directional character, that's what I'm going to be doing. If you're feeling intimidated about drawing the character from the side view after taking care of the front view, all you can do is just keep trying it, practice, and you'll get better at it with time. Unfortunately, we're not all going to be complete geniuses at things trying it the first time, sometimes not even the 10th time. Sometimes I still wonder if I'm doing things right, but I go for it anyway and just have fun. You can see that I'm drawing lines from the front view over to the side view, and it's just to get a quick measurement on where my my hair should be, where the shoulders should be, etc. I'm also making sure to have the hair kind of stick out from the head instead of being flat up against it, just to give it a little more volume and make it look more interesting. I almost went for the straight down arm, but I didn't like how it was going to go straight into where the foot is, so I ended up deciding to do one of the circle arms that you sometimes see, which is more representative of a hand, but you know, that's totally fine. Now, with art, when you have lines that intersect with each other like that, like if I had drawn the arm straight down and it would have lined up right with the foot, that's called a tangent. And sometimes you really don't want those because it makes things kind of... things don't pop out like they should. But this way, with the hand being a circle, it makes it look like it's, well, not part of the leg. Anyhow, I did give her a nose from the side, even though you can't see one from the front, because I thought it made the silhouette more interesting. But ultimately, after playing with the eyes a little bit, trying to figure out how to keep them from, well, being another tangent with the face, I end up rounding the face out more, because I think that just gave it a better look. This is a quick reminder to be hitting Control S, which will save your project pretty frequently because you never know if your power might go out, the program could crash. The Sprite's pretty good about not crashing. It's very rare that I have a problem with it, but there's always that risk. So here I am trying to remember how to flip my image without having to, like, flip it manually with the little cubes on the outside of my selection. Yeah, I don't do it very often. But you go to Edit, and then you flip horizontal or vertical, depending upon what you need. Now, since my hair is not symmetrical on the front of the face, I am going to have to correct it on the sprite. But you could be lazy and just not do that too. Whatever you want to do. And of course, the third box contains the backside sprite, so I'm going to have to color that in and just, you know, fix it up a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard. Now here with these lines, I'm trying to imply the hair has some volume to it, because you see how it's sticking up from the side view, right? So I thought it would be nice. Also, the back of the hair is not symmetrical, and that is very deliberate because while symmetry is nice and it keeps things looking consistent, sometimes you also want things to have a little bit more of an interesting look to it, and asymmetry can help with that. Now, I'm actually going to copy all four of these, and I'm going to pull a copy of them down below, and we're going to edit that into a more masculine-looking character. And we'll start by giving our character a haircut. I may be a bit less talkative in this section, but we'll see how it goes. And with a quick little edit, we'll be changing the character's dress into some pants. The hair looks a little weird right now, but I'll make some minor edits later that will make it look a little bit better. And I'm going to copy and flip this again because work smarter, not harder, right? And of course, I'm being indecisive here. And this person must be a parent because I gave them eyes on the back of their head. I did want to put some kind of texture on the back of their hair there, but in the end I decided it was probably better to just leave it alone. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with these two. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate your view, and I appreciate the time spent watching my video. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, do drop me a follow or subscribe, whatever you want to call it. And I also have other art posted on social media and whatnot. You can find that on my profile. Y'all have a great day now.